Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to come together to read another decodable story. And this story is called Run, Tim. Which character do you think is Tim? Yeah, it's the boy because Tim is short for the full name Timothy. And Timothy is a male name. Very good, boys and girls. We're going to try to come together to take a picture walk today before we read and decode some of these new sounds and words together. So if we look at the picture, it looks to be like Tim might be running a race, or maybe he's running somewhere. And it looks like this girl over here might be cheering him on. They look kind of happy, and he looks like he's maybe running fast, right? We can see that he's running because we see that word in the title. Is run a verb or a noun? Is run an action, or is run a person, place, thing, or animal? Awesome, boys and girls. To run means that he's actually doing this. He's doing an action, right? That is known as a verb. What's Tim known as? Is Tim a verb or a noun? It's actually a special noun. Very good. It's a proper noun, which means he's a special person. His name is Tim. If we just said the word boy and girl, these would be known as nouns because they're known as people, common people. But remember, to run is an action, and that makes it a verb. If we look at the next picture, we can see the same character whose name is Tim. And now look, he's running up a hill, right? And look, there's another person, looks like they're waving or cheering him on. What do you guys think? The weather, do you think it's a stormy day? Do you think it's a nice day? Just by looking at the clouds in the sky, right? And if he's running without any extra gear on, like a hood, I think it could be a pleasant day, right? Do you think it's harder to run up the hill, or do you think it's harder to run on a flat street? What do you guys think? Yes, I agree. Going up the hill is much harder. If we look down here, we can see that Tim is getting ready to almost run over through that finish line. And look, there's more people waving him on. Does Tim look proud? He does look proud. Look how far he's stretching his legs to run. He can't wait to get to that finish line. And then if we look at the last page, where is Tim? He's in could be a car, right? Or a bus. And look what he's holding. Wow. He must have won the race. We can conclude that because he has a trophy in his hand. Awesome, boys and girls. So let's read this story after we decode some of our letters, sounds, and sight words. Remember, our story is Run, Tim. And I want you to see if you can get your blue with me to hunt for the upper and lowercase u's. That was our letter and sound a couple weeks ago. Short sound of U says So I'm going to get ready to just highlight the letter U. And I'm going to look for uppercase and lowercase. Okay. And remember, you could take your blue throughout the whole story and you can highlight it or underline it blue. Let's look at another letter of the week that we're doing this week. The letter is Y. Y. All right, I see an uppercase Y on this page. I'm going to use my orange, and I see a lowercase y on this page. Okay, so you can go ahead throughout the whole story and hunt for your Y's. Y can look like this, uppercase, or it can also look like this, lowercase. The last letter of the week that we practiced was the letter Q. And remember that lowercase q looks like this. Uppercase Q looks a little different, so let's hunt for it. See if we can find an uppercase Q. I see another lowercase. I was just going to see if we have, there's another lowercase. Okay, so in this story, unfortunately, boys and girls, we do not have an uppercase Q, but you'll notice that when you do your handwriting this week, the letter Q that's uppercase looks a lot different than the lowercase q. Remember that rule that usually Q is almost always followed by the letter U, but it comes together to make that one sound, qua, qua. Awesome job. I want you to try to get your yellow, and I want you to see if you can underline the word she, S-H-E, she. Oh, I see it right here. and I'm underlining it. Now I'm going to go ahead and look throughout the story to see if I have any more sight words that look like this word, she. Okay, not on this page. Okay, no more words throughout that story that look like she. How about this word? This word is said. Said. And I'm going to get my pink, or if you want to grab a red, that's fine too. Remember, this purpose is just to hunt for the same word by coding it the same color. So you can pick whatever color you want. Just make sure that you color code it throughout. The word is said. So I'm going to underline the word said as best I can. And I'm looking for this word, S-A-I-D, said. Let's keep hunting. I see it here. Do you see it? The word is said. I see another word that looks like that same sight word, said, S-A-I-D. And remember those quotations. We know that there's characters speaking in this story. This is called dialogue. Let's look for that. See if we see another word that looks like this. Said. There. Nope, not on this page. Not on this page. I thought so, but I hunted and paid attention closer. Nope, that is not the word said. All right, now what you're going to do with me after you went ahead and found your Y's and your U's and your Q's, and you found the two sight words, she and said, you're going to try to then go ahead and read the story to me. And remember, I'd like to see your parents videotaping you, and it doesn't necessarily have to be 5 minutes. It could be just as long as it takes you to read one short decodable story. So you could choose either this story, Run, Tim, or you could choose the last decodable story that we just read together, okay? Which is called The Quiz. And each of these stories, it will be attached and scanned, okay? So make sure you choose one of these short stories, or you could choose another quick story to read to Mrs. Cloud, but make sure you film that either on Flipgrid, or you can go ahead and do that by just emailing me a short video. All right, let's read the title together, Run, Tim. All right, and you can, if you want to get your pencil or crayon now, you could write your name just like you normally would the kindergarten way at the top. The story is called Run, Tim. Tim ran past his sis. Sis is short for sister. She said, "You cannot quit yet." So she said, don't stop, don't quit. And he's running. He ran past his sister. Tim ran up a hill. His dad said, "You cannot quit yet." So this character is his dad. And in the beginning picture, this was a picture of his sis or sister. And what are they telling Tim? Not to quit. Don't stop running. Tim ran and ran. His mom said, "You cannot quit yet." Tim ran to the end. Tim had a rest. He was tired because he worked so hard and he did all that running. And look what he won. He won a trophy. He did not give up. He did not stop. And he won the race. Okay, so do you remember something that he did in the beginning of the story? Which character did he run past when he was running the race in the beginning? Very good. He ran past his sis. And where does it look to be like he's running right now? Is he running on a hill? Is he running on a road? Where do you guys think? Yeah, he's running a trail, but it's a flat trail. It's not going up. He's running on a flat trail. And remember, in the beginning, he ran past his sis, which is short for sister. Who else did he run past? He ran past his dad, and he also ran past his mom. But if you look at this picture, another place that he ran was up a hill. And then as he was closing that finish line, we know that he won the race because he looks proud and he's holding his trophy. So that's what happened at the end. Very good, boys and girls. When you read the story, make sure that you're tracking your print. Make sure that when you see these quotation marks that you're noticing that these are characters that are speaking in a story. That's called dialogue. Try to read the sight words that you know and practice. And when you come to a word that you don't know, try to read and stretch out those letters and sounds. Remember that to run is an action. That's a verb. That's something that this character is doing. He is running, and his name is Tim. Thanks, guys.